Well, well, well. My goodness. Good morning. Oh, because last night was not very, very good. I'm talking about the game that I watched between the Portland Fire, an expansion team, and the touted Indiana Fever with superstars, of course. Number one being Caitlin Clark, Leah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. I have no words to say to explain this, but this is how I dealt with last night. Was like this, on the edge of my seat. And it didn't stop. It kept going and going and going. And I wanted to go back in time to Barris's program, The Gong Show, because the game needed to be gone. I needed to be gonged. I'm telling you, it was awful. Awful. Oh my goodness. I have no idea what I was watching. Just kind of a qualifier here. I grew up watching basketball. I heard someone use the term aficionado. I don't know if I'm an aficionado, but I tell you what, I am a sports enthusiast. And basketball has always been one of the games that I love, plus football. Basketball is up there, of course, in the martial arts. But I'm telling you, I've seen games and I've seen games. I've seen players and everything. I think I mentioned in the last episode, in the WNBA, there, of course, Lisa Leslie, Cooper. We had, I don't think she played in WNBA, but we had Nancy Lieberman. We had, even Cheryl Swoops when she was like real Cheryl Swoops. I don't know what's happened to her lately, but I love watching her play too. And I know Ann Myers, of course, Cheryl Miller, some of these players didn't make that to the WNBA because it wasn't around. We had Machine Gun Molly Bolin, Wanda Ford. I'm telling you, I've watched basketball. Julia Serving, uh, Baylor, and Clyde the Glide Frazier, Earl the Pearl, Monroe, you name it, Pistol Pete Maravich, and of course, Michael Jordan. Yeah, I'm not leaving out Dr. J and Kobe and even LeBron, but MJ to me was the GOAT, and Magic and Larry Bird. I mean, I'm telling you. But last night, of all the games I've seen, this was horrendous. Horrendous. I'm just going to get into this real quick here about some of the things that, in terms of the box score. Okay, I'm just going to stick to the Fever because the Portland Fire showed up and showed out. Showed up and showed out, folks. And here we have Kelsey Mitchell. She played 33 minutes, 10 seconds. She got 17 points, 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from the three, free throws 8 or 9. She had a rating plus minus of minus 11. Caitlin Clark, my shirt that I wear proudly with her photograph with her tongue ain't out like MJ. She played 21 minutes, 45 seconds, 6 points, 1 to 7 field goals, 0 for 2 threes, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, a minus 8. I never say her name right. Keisha Billings. Anyway, Billings played 7 minutes, 48 seconds, no points, no field goals, no 3 points, no rebound. No, okay, she got 1 rebound. Lexi Hall. I don't know, Lexi. You 15 minutes, 29 seconds, 0 for 4. She made no baskets, minus 9. Aaliyah Boston, 25 minutes, 32 seconds, 18 points. That's respectable. 7 for 13. That's respectable. But it's the way she played. She's a post player. She was bringing the ball up like she was Earl the Pearl Monroe or Clyde the Glide Frazier or Pistol Pete, running the point. Running the point. Now, I'm going to just tell you something. I was on the phone with Leah's uncle throughout a lot of this game. He was shaking his head as he was saying to me, I don't know what they're doing. And he is a renowned basketball coach, a state champion basketball coach, played Division I basketball. That's in college. Played on other teams. Matter of fact, I even played on a city league team with him. Of course, he was a beast, just like Aaliyah is. But I was asking him, what is going on? He said, I don't know. And he still coaches. Oh my God. Then off the bench, we had Sophie Cunningham, very respectful. Sophie was playing. She showed up and showed out. 26 minutes, 28 seconds, 15 points. Kayla Timpson, they call her KK, 24 minutes, 11 points. She was balling. Then Mahisha Hines Allen, excuse me on some of these names, I kind of don't see them right sometimes, but she was playing 7 points. Harris, I don't know, 12 minutes, 10 seconds, 5 points. Raven Johnson, 9 minutes, 37 seconds. She got 3 points, but guess what? In those 9 minutes, she fouled out the game. Personal foul, 6 fouls. And then she just got acquired for the Fever. Van Sluten, she played 5 minutes, 30 seconds. She got 2 points from Michigan State. I'm just sharing this with you. They stunk up the place. It was awful. And in a few minutes, I'm going to get into this video and show you this young man. He's wearing his Iowa shirt, but he breaks the game down. And I'm going to make a little commentary as he says he also indicated he wants to share the video. He did an excellent job. I want to go through this with you so you can see what I'm talking about as he breaks down the game. I just like to say that it doesn't make sense to me. Caitlin was on fire. The first 3.5 minutes, Caitlin was doing Caitlin stuff. She was, dropping dimes. She had all these assists. All the first few points, the 6 or 8 points, were all generated by Caitlin. And after 3 minutes, Stephanie takes her out the game. And the reason I'm bringing this up, I want to apologize to everyone. I said we should give Stephanie White some grace. That's true. We should give all people grace. But the Bible also says in 2 Timothy, but it's talking about the Bible to rightly divide the word of truth. So I want to just be truthful and let you know that my grace is in truth today. My grace is in truth today because Stephanie White has sabotaged Caitlin Clark. She has done some things that I've noticed. She is constantly trying to integrate a rookie, Raven Johnson. Now, Raven's a good person. Don't get me wrong. Nothing against Raven, but she's just a rookie. Caitlin has proven herself worthy. I almost said worthy to be praised, but she's just Caitlin Clark. She's not the Lord. Okay. But she tends to defer to Raven all the time. I was always wondering, why did they recruit Raven? Are they trying to move Caitlin out? Well, they've successfully moved Caitlin out if you're watching the games. Stephanie White does a lot of things that I just do not like. She stands up with her hands crossed all the time, shows no emotion, there's stuff. Her team is getting butchered physically out there. Calls like all over the place that are not right. She shows no emotion, jumps up. I mean, she needs to get like a Bobby Knight or a Mike Dick attitude. I'm telling you, because she just lays back in the cut and does nothing to show that she's behind this team. Her arms are folded constantly. I want to get into this video with this young man from Iowa. I can't remember his name, but I'm going to hopefully get a hold of him because I think he does a masterful job of breaking down some things in this game. And he's just pleasing. And he's a Hawkeye fan. He's one of my alumni, just like Caitlin is. And also Megan Gustafson. She went to Iowa, played for Iowa with no Jan Jensen and everything. So for Jan Jensen, I want you to listen to what this guy is saying and truly absorb it. I'm going to kind of interject as we go through this.
I just watched. That was the worst officiated game I've ever seen. And you could be like, well, stop crying. We're going to go through every single call because I have the proof.
He
Why
got
don't you tell me
receipts.
where I'm wrong? We're about to get into it. And Stephanie White, make adjustments. We need to play harder. Out of all these calls, you didn't challenge one play. The other coach challenged two. You
That's what I'm saying. She's not even in the game, Stephanie White. Removed from the game. Things are happening to her players and she's not standing up for them.
have 3 All-Stars, multiple Olympians. Make adjustments. The WNBA wants a physical game, but not the fever. We can't even.
I want to clarify something. He may have said something that I don't like. The WNBA wants a physical game. No, it's not like they're playing prison ball or playing street ball. Sometimes we call it alley ball. No, things can get physical in a basketball game, but not to the extent that, like with Caitlin came getting bum rushed, or the other term is being blitzed 94 feet. No, so I disagree with that statement. The WNBA wants a physical game. It reminds me of a phrase in the Bible that says, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Well, if we live up to that standard, then everybody be walking around blind and toothless. If we lived up to the standard of a physical game, we wouldn't have any players on the court to play. And that's exactly what they did to Caitlin her first year, and some going into this year, even though last year she only played 13 games, but they were still doing it. You know, as I say from the street, bum rushing the girl. But so I do take task about a physical game. There's physicality and there's physicality. But when you're intentionally, like these women, excuse me, have been doing to Caitlin and even other players, that's not right. So my brother, they may want it, but not to the extent of being a physical. Okay, you get my drift. Okay.
Step on the court without getting called for a foul. Raven Johnson fouled out. Caitlin Clark was in foul trouble the entire game. In
Yes, she
nearly
was.
every single foul, they didn't touch anyone. This is something I can't even explain with words. You got to check out the highlights. This is crazy.
Yes, I
So the
was.
game starts off just like we liked
That's
it.
Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark to
The
Aaliyah
first
Boston.
3 minutes,
And then
Caitlin
Monique
was on
Billings. I haven't
fire,
seen her do
scoring.
one
She
thing
was
all
she was
season.
getting the ball in
What a
play.
letdown. Traveled. And then Caitlin Clark gets the offensive rebound, put back, splashes a jumper. Finds Kelsey Mitchell. We're doing great.
There's Caitlin.
Fast break offense. Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah Boston. I'm loving it. 8-2. Then they call 6 fouls in a row. Monique Billings. There was one. Look at this. She touches the ball for 1 second. Where's the foul? And then Caitlin Clark, if anything, she got elbowed.
Look at
There's
this.
Caitlin Clark's first
Yes,
foul.
I remember watching that and saying,
Somebody
"Why do you
tell me
call the
where's the
foul?"
foul. There was 2. Watch this. Hines Allen, hands straight up. There's 3 in a row. Raven Johnson, there's 4 fouls consecutively. And then watch Hines Allen. Just standing there.
I'm ready to get that
6
word
fouls
out.
in a row. Count them for me. Sophie Cunningham didn't touch her.
The
7
girl
fouls in
was
a row.
running
Ty Harris just
away,
throws the ball out of
and
bounds.
Caitlin
She
was
does not pass
behind.
the
I mean,
ball. She shoots a
Sophie
3-pointer every
was
time she
behind her.
touches it. I don't know about her yet. And then Michaela Timpson was a bright spot tonight. Huge block. Aaliyah Boston, The first half, her defender falls down, just can't quite get it together. Caitlin Clark, second foul. Don't see it. Caitlin Clark with the steal and gets fouled. And then here we go.
I believe they
Ty
call
Harris. It's 2-on-1. Pass the ball to Timpson. We
that.
get a
Timpson was on
three-pointer for
baseline. Why didn't
Boston
she
on a
throw the ball?
2-on-1 fast break. Caitlin Clark, she can't play defense. They call foul every time. So the girl throws an elbow at her. Caitlin Clark, if it was her, it would have been a charge. I guarantee you that. Michaela Timpson says, get that weak stuff
The
out
mouse
of
in
my
the
house.
house.
Huge block. Caitlin Clark
This is
gets
insane. Look at this.
obliterated. Look at this. Look at this body foul. 2 people foul her. She can't go near anyone without getting called a foul, and she gets taken out.
Worst officiating game.
Kelsey Mitchell, we just had so many
One of the worst.
turnovers that were just handing the ball to their team. Raven Johnson with a nice finish. Then here we go. Raven
She
Johnson,
traveled.
clean block.
That girl moved her,
They call
slid her
another
pivot
foul on
foot,
Raven
everything.
Johnson. We can't
They didn't
play
call it
defense.
travel.
Look at this.
Call
This
it
is the
foul on
worst one
Raven.
for Raven Johnson. Didn't even touch her. Look at this. Where's the foul? Caitlin Clark can't believe what she's seeing. Neither can any of the Fever fans. This is crazy. It gets worse. Stay with me. Love this. Can't believe what she's seeing.
I
Neither
want
can
you. That is the shot that you never have seen Caitlin do. And I mean, I can only imagine what her psyche and her emotional status is right now. Stephanie White and that Amber Cox and all of them have totally affected Caitlin's emotional state. She's not the same Caitlin. She can play the game always, but emotionally they're wrecking that young lady.
any of the Fever fans. This is crazy. It gets worse. Stay with me. Love this pass by Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, great game. Kelsey Mitchell with the back door, nice layup. Sophie Cunningham, give the ball up. I love you, Sophie. One of my favorite players in the league. 2-on-1.
You have to give a player.
Caitlin Clark gets hit in the elbow. Look at this.
She got hit.
Watch
Look at
this in slow motion.
Bang!
Her
Arm got
gets
hit.
You could clearly see it. Don't call it. Caitlin Clark cannot get a whistle, but is called for every single whistle on her.
He's telling the
Hines
truth,
Allen,
folks.
like I said, these turnovers just gave the ball to the other team. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, air balls that you do not see that often. We just did not play our game. The refs have us all messed up. Caitlin Clark, look at this. Her third foul didn't touch anybody.
Going out of
gave
bounds.
that to Caitlin Clark, so she's in foul trouble. Caitlin Clark, that's our bread and butter. It's just not working. Caitlin Clark finds Aaliyah Boston. Finally, gets some points, but it's too late. We're down by 20. I want Aaliyah Boston to shoot this ball. She passes it back to the three-point line. We get the three-pointer, but be confident and shoot that shot, Aaliyah Boston. Right. That's your shot. Aaliyah Boston starting the second half, get some buckets. Look at this. Aaliyah Boston, shoot that shot. That's your shot. And then she passes it to the three-point line. Don't hesitate. Just play basketball. You're an amazing basketball player. Kelsey Mitchell with the three ball. 8 minutes left. Caitlin Clark, another foul where she didn't touch anybody. This is crazy. That's 5 fouls on Caitlin.
She was backing up the whole time. It gets worse.
Stay with me. This is even worse. Sophie Cunningham. Where's the foul, ref? Where's the foul? Hines Allen, nice finish. I liked Hines Allen this game. She played really good. She played hard. Aaliyah Boston with the sick fadeaway jumper. But it's too late. Hines Allen splashes a three ball. Cut it to 17. Sophie Cunningham. Just these turnovers. We just gave the ball to the other team. Another foul. And then Caitlin Clark tries to get a shooting foul. I think she's in the motion of shooting. She's fouled right there. Look how fast she shoots it. Is that not a shooting foul?
Oh, yeah.
Now if it's Caitlin Clark, here we go. Caitlin Clark, another foul.
Caitlin ran right by her.
They won't let her near anybody. Timpson with a nice finish. Timpson, very impressed with Timpson.
Terrible officiating.
Another finish for Timpson. She's playing way better than Monique Billings. Sophie Cunningham finds Timpson 3 straight possessions. Raven Johnson, this is the worst call of the night. Look at this. This girl tweaks her own ankle, and they call this on Raven Johnson. Are you kidding me?
And that
I
is
told you it got
that's
worse. This
pathetic.
is the worst game I've ever seen officiated in my life. Raven Johnson's out of the game. That was number 6. And they call a travel because the coach was doing it. Look at this. She dribbled the ball. That's not a travel. When you dribble the ball, it's not a travel.
It's called
Caitlin
playing
Clark
ball.
finds Aaliyah Boston. Too little, too late. Sophie Cunningham knocks down the 3 ball.
So he played,
There's no way we could beat a team and the referees. Stephanie White,
and
stand up for your
Chelsea
team.
should have
Say
got
something. Scream. Get ejected. I
called
don't
for
know.
being fouled.
Like
I
I
agree with
said,
him on that point.
if I was the coach, I would be challenging plays. I would be all up in that ref's face. I don't give a crap if I'm ejected out of that ball game. Anybody with 2 eyes could see this. Every single Fever fan at home is watching this.
Stephanie acts
That's
more
2
like a
straight
spectator.
games with horrendous
I'm sorry. I thought that
officiating.
she
But I
had more
still love the
moxie than
Fever. I
this.
still have faith in the
I was
Fever.
trying to
I'm
give her
still going
grace.
with them this entire season. But these substitutions with 3 minutes into the game, the coach isn't coaching. She says,
That's
play harder. You need to have some counteractive moves. When you see the other team, their style of play, what they're doing on offense, what they're
it's
doing on defense, make some
unbelievable.
changes when you go into that locker room. Thank you so much for watching. This game freaking pissed me off, but I do
I'm
truly
sorry, brother.
appreciate every single person out.
I know he swore a little bit and that kind of thing, but he was bringing the truth to power here. This game was awful. I mean, can I say it even better? Disgusting. I don't know. I don't know. But the telltale end of the game or during the game, now this is something that I want to just run this and just let your imagination think about some of those players I mentioned. Would this have happened to, I just say, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, Clyde the Glad Frazier, Cooper, Lisa Leslie, Jokic, LeBron, what Caitlin, what I'm about ready to show you? This kind of affirms what I think what they're trying to do is demean Caitlin. They're trying to make Caitlin into some kind of role player. I've showed you the accolades, the record breaking. Every time Caitlin is on the court, typically, she's added more to her assist record, even though they lost the game yesterday and she didn't score 1,000,000 points. But they are doing things to make Caitlin seem as though she's a role player. This is a superstar. If I was Caitlin, I would get the heck out of Indiana, away from the Fever, demand a trade. I would call my agent up, lickety split, and say, "Get me out of here." It's like, I want to leave Kansas, just like Dorothy did in The Wizard of Oz. She went to Oz, but and she said, "I'm not in Kansas anymore." Caitlin needs to be able to say, "I'm not in Indiana anymore." But just watch this exchange here. Now look at this. Caitlin said, "What are you saying?" Caitlin knows the game. I just want to run this again and watch this one situation. Now Raven is over there. Caitlin has had enough. Flip the thing. Now look at this. I want to show this again. Caitlin is trying to talk. Phil Jackson never would have told Michael Jackson You get out of your seat and give it up to this rookie. Give up your seat, superstar. And Caitlin is holding her peace. Caitlin knows the game. I just want you to really marinate on that scene. Is that the way a coach? No, she's gonna blame what Stephanie does, and I apologize. I talked about giving her grace. What Stephanie does, she blames her team and her players. She never takes accountability for not calling the right times out and substituting. The first 3.5 minutes of that game, Caitlin was on fire already. She came out the gates, throwing assists, getting rebounds, scoring. And speaking of that, watch the games. Stateland had this interview. I played that with Corey on the last episode, and how she said that she runs offense through Caitlin. That's a bunch of garbage. She sets up no plays for Caitlin. There's no picks, no screens. Caitlin comes down court. They should be, Aaliyah is way out and at the top of the key at half court line like she's the point guard. No center presence at all. No post player, in other words. The 3 and 4. Now, Stephanie White thinks she's doing what's right, but she's not. I don't know what she thinks actually. Her thinking process is totally off. Like she's not even in the game. Her mind is somewhere else. You have a generational player. We've all watched Caitlin. It was no fluke. She had defenders on her. Just because she's in the WNBA doesn't mean that, it's still not basketball when she was playing at Iowa and even before Iowa. She's had an entire career of excellence. Why is it all of a sudden you have a coach, an organization trying to squash that excellence? She needs to get on a better team, or they need to bring another coach in there. And I think a guy like Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, somebody, go to the coach that was at the Liberty. She's down with the Toronto team. She would do well with that kind of coach. She would do well with the Valkyries coach. Could you imagine Natasha Koska having Caitlin on the Valkyries? Lord have mercy. I am so incensed. I am so incensed that this has happened to this young lady and to this team. Kelsey Mitchell, she's not playing Kelsey ball. Aaliyah definitely not playing Aaliyah ball. Like I said, I was on the phone with her uncle throughout the game. He was shaking his head. He said, I don't know what she's doing. That's not basketball coaching. Anyway, I don't want to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but I just glad that you joined me today. Please like and subscribe. Okay, I didn't put that up. I was so caught up with my ire. But please like and subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell for notification. And we do take donations. If you can do that, go to racecultures.com, almost just like the name of the show here, Racing Cultures Bridging Advice. But go to racecultures.com. That's the website. And you can donate, that type of thing. But I just want to say, folks, I'm glad that you all joined me today and that we were able to kind of look at this whole situation. So give yourself a nice big applause. We made it through the game. To be honest, I kind of went off the game, walked away, but I'm still always going to be a CC fan. We need to do better. The team needs to do better. But I'm just gonna say this. patience have run thin. No, I can't give her that kind of grace. Sorry. From what I saw and how Caitlin is being treated, it's not right. It's not right, folks. She needs to be treated better than that. I'm Reverend Dr. Barry and Staples. Until we meet again, God willing, y'all have a blessed day. And we're going to go do some church. And I'll be thinking about all of you out there. And I can say this, pray for a better day, for the Fever, for the players, and for Caitlin Clark. God bless all of you. Peace out.